the fastest way to stop overthinking your videos is to actually make more videos. And I know that sounds pretty crazy, especially if one video takes you forever to make, and doing more sounds like the last thing you want to hear right now. I fully get that, because I work full time and I have a third kid on the way, so I don't have unlimited time to make YouTube videos. Today is video 25 of my 30-day challenge to create videos every single day. And I started to see something happening that I didn't expect, honestly. Something about creating so many videos changed the way I approached every single one. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you exactly what changed for me. Weirdly enough, I think that this will finally get you out of your head so that you can create videos more consistently. Why is it so difficult to just wing it when it comes to content creation? Why can't you just sit down, press the record button and simply record? So I want you to imagine going grocery shopping without a list versus knowing exactly what you want to eat. Well, you go to the grocery store and don't know exactly what you want to actually buy. So you're just walking down the aisle and still trying to figure out exactly what I want to create today. You feel hungry, so you grab some random stuff on the shelves because that feels good in the moment. Versus if you know exactly what you want to eat, you go to the aisle. You know exactly where everything is at because you have a list. You're super efficient. You go to the cashier and then you go home and cook your meal. It takes so much time and effort to go to a grocery shop without a list. You don't know exactly what you need. You spend more time just figuring out, and usually you forget the things that you wanted because when you come home you think for yourself, oh, I should have gotten that too. Now it's the same when it comes to content creation. Of course it feels easier to just show up on camera and press record just to have one topic in mind because you already know your stuff. How could it be so difficult to just press record and just get it done? Content isn't always fun. It sounds super easy. Well, it's just a camera. Why can't I just speak? But when it comes to content, it's a structure in it of itself. If you watch the first video I've created on this channel, it doesn't look as good as in the right now. And the reason behind that is because when you have an idea, you have picked it out. It might be proven whatsoever or your knowledge that you want to share. Now, when you have that, what I do, I basically have everything in mind. I picked the idea, I have a thumbnail, I have a hook that is written to a T. Then I have talking points that I want to cover. And all of these things make sure that everything is structured. So when I come and sit down to record, I know exactly what it will be about. I have a thumbnail in mind. Everything is set so that I don't ramble and get off points too much. And this removes the decision fatigue around filming, and you get on point rather than trying to figure out exactly what you want to cover for today's video. Usually what happened to me in the beginning of this challenge was that I could easily get off track and ramble about things that don't even have to do anything with the video. And this will only take you so much more time to record, and not only that, you have to edit, or worst case scenario, retake so many times that you eventually quit and tell yourself, I will do it tomorrow morning. But we all know, and you know, tomorrow never comes, and you instead think, oh, let's do another video instead. So having an idea in mind, writing the hook, having the talking points, super beneficial. Then you know exactly what you want to talk about. The talking points make sure that you have a direction to speak on. And I'm totally against doing fully scripts because you will remove the essence of you. Instead, have the hook written down because you want to make sure that people want to stick with the video and give you a chance. And the talking points is where the magic is at, where you add your personnel. I make sure to add points and then I talk around those. Because if a man doesn't know which port to sail to, no wind is favorable. And each talking point is a port that you want to sail to. And if you're wondering, Max, I want to do that too. I don't like scripts, but I also want to be more structured in my videos and so that I can speak more clearly but also move in the right direction. Where can I get that? Well, if you go into the description down below, I actually have my skeleton script. So it's basically a script, but not really, because I don't fully script except the hook, and then I have talking points, basically bullet points, so that I can move in the right direction. So make sure that you grab it down below. It's completely free for you. I use it every time for my videos and it keeps me structured. Now that you have a script that you can follow and speak more authentically and have a direction, the next problem is how can you speak in a way in front of the camera that doesn't feel like you're fake? What if the problem that is making you sound worse is actually you trying really hard to sound good? So just imagine you're speaking to a friend at a bar. You're not trying too hard to tell a story or just be comfortable with that person. But as soon as you get on camera, it's super uncomfortable. You don't know what to say. It's like your brain doesn't work. What's the difference really? You can speak in person, but when it comes to being in front of a camera, everything is thrown out of the window. One of the biggest reasons is that we are too focused on perfecting instead of expressing. So when you are creating videos and you use that script that I gave you, you are writing talking points. So like speaking to your best friend, you get more comfortable. So talking points gives you the room to actually share your personal stories, adding your sprinkle of personality so that the viewer actually connects with you on a deeper level. And it gives room for more natural speech rather than trying so hard to sound in a particular way. Because as soon as we try to become perfect, we are inside our heads. You think too much about what to say next instead of being in the moment like you're talking to your best friend. But as soon as you tap into that relaxed feeling, the other person behind the camera will feel comfortable. So now that you know exactly how you can organize your videos in a way that feels natural, and you also know how to speak on camera without feeling fake, the next thing is super important. And if you don't get this one right, the other two don't really matter for your business. And it basically is, how do you know exactly what to improve so that you can grow as much as possible in a short amount of time? Well, I want you to imagine you're going to camp for the first time in your life. Okay, so you don't know exactly what to expect. So you pack so much and you think, oh, this is important because the clerk said to me, I will need this backpack. I will need all of these things that feel and sound pretty good, and it increases my survival rate. So your bag is filled to the brim. And then you realize on the trek, oh, this is heavy. I have so much packed right now, and I'm just away for like 8 hours. And at this moment, you realize that you have packed too much. Too much of the things that you don't need right now. So doing this 30-day challenge, it has actually revealed many habits that feel productive, but don't make me any better or my videos. And having time constraints such as one video every single day, you don't have time to obsess over the minuscule things that really don't move the needle any forward for you. So instead, I had the mentality of focusing on one idea, one thing that I feel that needs to be improved. For example, I've seen videos after video that I say and I pause a lot and I rely on editing, or I say because, or I go on a side tangent that doesn't really move the needle forward. For the next video, I pick one thing and improve on that. So focus on one thing, one idea, and improve on each video instead of getting obsessed to be perfect every single video, because you're human and you shouldn't aim for that. So if you want to improve and accelerate your growth as soon as possible, just make sure on focus on one thing. Don't look at the big mountain and how much you need to walk. No, and also don't just overthink, because that doesn't move the needle either. Now, even if you have these three things, there's one thing missing, and I recommend you watching this video next so that you can improve your life as soon as possible, because content creation could be this easy. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Peace and love.